Suryagni Roy, who's joining us live from South 24 Parganas, from Bhangar, where in fact you've seen all of this violence playing out for the last many days. Suryagni, good evening. First, tell us what's the situation currently. You know, we may be seeing this kind of political war of words, but what matters is the situation on ground. Has the violence kind of ebbed? Has it died down?
Well, Akshita, I have been going to Bhangar for the past 3 days, today being the third day consecutively ever since the violence, started. Thankfully, the situation looks way better than what I saw, yesterday. However, that particular bazaar and Bhangar, from where, we were reporting yesterday, the walkthroughs that we showed our viewers of those cars, it looks like a graveyard of burnt vehicles. I have seen almost 4 to 5 vehicles, including, including bikes, which were completely torched. Yesterday, when we were there, when we were, we fell in between the warring mobs. We had live visuals, our camera person had live visuals of how one individual just hurled a bomb towards the police and the media that was standing over there, and from there we ran for shelter. And when we went into the bazaar, ahead of us was a mob whose faces were completely, they were masked and had rods and different things which can be used as sharpeners for attacking. And behind us there also came a mob, and the police had to do something to make sure that the mob doesn't gets unruly and they start either pelting stones or hurling bombs at us. Thankfully we were able to get out of that zone yesterday. Today what we saw over there was, when we went with the governor, as I mentioned, it was a complete, it looks like a graveyard of vandalized and torched vehicles. Sadly, 2 people lost their lives at Bhangar in yesterday's clashes. Amidst all of this, when we spoke to people, a lot of people over there, they are skeptical about how the polling, will happen, because on the day of the polling,
the locals saying about what led to this violence. Who is behind this violence and who started the clashes? What are locals saying about that?
See, politically, what we need to understand over there is that Bhangar has become an ISF stronghold. Let's not forget that ISF, the Indian Secular Front, Akshita, the only constituency which they won was Bhangar. Naushad Siddiqui, he won from there. That's the only seat they have, and that place has become a very, very stronghold of the ISF. The Trinamool Congress, which is extremely powerful, especially in South Bengal and in the adjoining areas and the districts or blocks around Bhangar. They want to capture that politically as well. Now, locals claim that, outsiders had come in. They showed us visuals of those burnt cars, which we even have, which were not from Bhangar. The locals over there, when we spoke today morning, they claimed on record that these are vehicles which came from Canning. And it was not something that it was not a local thing from Bhangar. So they claim that a lot of people came from outside. Now, who started this ruckus, who started this violence, and a fair investigation can only answer that particular question. But sadly, the past 3 days that we have seen in Bhangar, major violence, major ruckus. Sadly, 2 people lost their lives, of which one is a Trinamool Congress worker, one is an ISF worker, and the locals over there, they are very much skeptical on how the polling day will be, even with the fact that there will be central forces. So that is the ground situation of Bhangar that we have, like our team from India Today, that we have been observing since the past 3 days, even today. Akshita.